Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the live Tap Podcast. Today, I'm here with Rylie Erickson, Piedmont softball player. Today, Rylie, is October 22nd. How's your day going so far?
Pretty good.
You guys going pretty good so far?
Yeah, pretty good.
That's good. Can you tell me your class, major, and what sports you play?
I'm a junior. I play softball, and I'm a nursing major.
That's good. Nursing major. Is that I heard that's one of the hardest majors here at Piedmont. Can you kind of tell me a day in the life as a nursing major?
Oh, God. Yeah. So, luckily, it's the first semester, so I don't have to worry so much about clinicals and going and working in the hospital. But, this week, I had lab on Monday, a final checkoff today, and then I have an exam Wednesday. I have 2 Thursday, and then just normal class on Friday.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to sports call. Yeah, that's crazy. But we did a sale this past. You could say summer some way.
Yeah.
We started in July.
Yeah.
What did you feel about how'd you feel about the meetings before all the kids got back, the freshmen?
What do you mean the meetings?
The training meetings we had to do.
Oh, all the training?
Yeah.
Horrible. It's just long.
Yeah, it was 8 hours, dang it. But we were getting paid for it though, so I mean it was
True.
worth it. But
True. But we still had to sit through it.
yeah, we had to sit through a lot of meetings, you guys. It was days where I was having headaches because literally we were just sitting through lectures. I was bored, and I forgot where they were holding the meetings at, but I was not getting that much reception from my phone, so I literally had to just sit there and listen.
Yeah, and then I tried to play a game, and its volume was on max, and it started playing really loud. And Dyer looked at me.
Yeah, but did you enjoy the whole Piedmont sale experience? Because this was your first year being a navigator, right?
It was my first year in sale in general,
Oh,
so
wow.
it was pretty cool though. I liked it. I liked the whole atmosphere of the retreat, and then I just like what it's for, what it stands for.
Yeah, this was my first year being a navigator. I was a Voyager last year, and my navigator last year was Silas, so he was a big reason why I feel I had success in my freshman year. I graduated. Well, I finished the year with a 3.6 GPA, so I just wanted to be that leader for my Voyagers this year. So I really enjoy it though, and we getting paid for it.
And you're getting paid.
And we getting paid for it. But onto the sports questions though. You play softball or whatever. So what made you fall in love with the sport?
Oh God. I'm a very competitive person, so I think I started playing when I was really little, maybe 4 or 5 in T-ball, and then I didn't start playing travel or club ball, whatever you want to call it, until middle school, and I didn't truly fall in love with it until middle school, and that's when it really just I love the whole atmosphere of it. I love the competition. I had some great coaches, especially my senior year. I had a really good coach that pushed me to come play college ball.
Okay. Did someone influence you to play this sport, parents, coaches specifically, friends?
I'd probably say my parents, because my mom played when she was in high school, and then my dad played slow pitch when he was in the Navy.
Okay.
So it kind of just fit.
What position do you play?
Technically, I'm an infield utility, because I came in as a shortstop, and then I got hurt, and I got moved to second. But this year I'm playing first base, so just anywhere in the infield.
Okay, that's good. What made you come to Piedmont? What made you commit to play softball at Piedmont when you were coming out to college?
So honestly, I had never heard of Piedmont before
until
until I was at a tournament, and the softball coach, Coach Martin, came up to me and started talking to me about it. And I just picked Piedmont honestly because, truly because of softball, and then they have a really good nursing program, and I also liked, one of the things that our head coach talks about a lot is your Christian faith and things. So that was another cool key factor in that, is just having someone that shared the same beliefs, especially a coach who kind of pushes you in that way.
Okay. You guys didn't have the best season last year, but you guys didn't have a worse season, a bad season either. Coming off you guys' 18-21 record from last season, what do you feel the team could do better this year in order to win more games?
I would say chemistry. I think we had really good chemistry last year, but I also think like at the same time it was just more it's like, I mean, it is like it's college, we're all still young, we're girls, so there's going to bound to be some kind of drama. But I think last year we just didn't click as well. I definitely say last year was a lot better than my freshman year. Freshman year we had a bunch of different cliques, and last year got a lot better. But I think we could still like work on it in that aspect and like how close we are.
That's good. What impact do you feel you could bring to the team this season to help win more games? Whether it's on the field or off the field.
So I'll go with on the field. I'm told that I'm very like positive and like upgoing. So a good thing that I bring would be like being like uplifting of other players, and then also I have really good like communication. Like if you'll come to one of the games, or even if you sit at one of our practices, I'm always the one who's always talking, and that's one of the things that also like the coaches notice is like how much you're talking throughout your playing, even if you're tired, if it's during our conditioning, if it's during one of our drills or something, like you're always hearing me talking, and I think that's a good like quality to have.
That's good. I mean, being around you, knowing you, as a friend of mine, I kind of always feel those positive vibes from you. I'm not gonna lie, I be having some sour days sometimes, and being able to talk to you sometimes, it kind of makes me, like I feel that positive energy from you. So I say for sure.
Yeah.
But as someone who's you mentioned faith and your coach and faith earlier. As someone who's big on faith, I've attended a couple FCA events. For people though who don't know what FCA is, at Piedmont we have a little, what do you say?
It's a club.
A club called Fellow Christian Athletes. And I've always seen you there. And can you kind of explain like what FCA is about?
Oh, Lord. Okay. So FCA is, firstly, it's not just for athletes. It's for honestly, it's for anyone who wants to develop or begin their faith. But it's just known with a lot of athletes. But we're also trying to like ensure like other people know like you don't have to be an athlete to attend. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely just say like it stands for like things like spreading the word, knowing God, developing your own faith, and things like that.
Yeah. In high school, I was an athlete. I was very heavy on faith and stuff like that. Like, sadly, they didn't let you, because I didn't play football, but in basketball, they didn't let you wear, like, your little chain, like your cross chain. So I used to wear, like, a wristband with the cross on it to show, like, my faith or whatever. And now, God's always with me. And, I see you very big in faith. I always see you on church on Sundays. As a person and athlete, what makes it important to you to have a relationship with God,
So my biggest thing would probably just be that your sport doesn't define you. And we actually talked about it last Wednesday night at church at River Point, I think. Mm-hmm. And we just talked about how, like, there's certain, like, you come down to earth with no anything. Like, you don't come down with anything, no gifts, no cars, money, anything. And then that's how you're going to leave. So your sport shouldn't be your anchor in your life, because at some point, whether it's an injury, whether you grow out of it, whether you graduate, whatever, you're not going to have that sport anymore. Yeah. So once you're out of that sport, you need to lean on something that can help you have that eternal life, and that is God. So I think it's just really important to know, like, my sport doesn't define me. It shouldn't affect how I feel or anything like that. The only thing that should affect how I act and how I feel is my relationship with God.
Yeah. This is a very big thing, because as an athlete, I thought I was going to go to the NBA. I'm not going to lie to you, basketball player. And God had other plans for me, so, career-wise. So the career I want to do now is I want to be a sports broadcaster or analyst. And, I'm into podcasting as well, so that's why I'm here today interviewing you. I just wanted to ask, like, after, your softball career is over and your college career is over, like, what would you want to do as a career?
So this is a little warning because it's kind of deep. I want to be a forensic nurse that handles different, I'll just say, cases and domestic violences, and do like tests on them and kits. And I want to work in the ER.
The ER, yeah, like a forensic type scientist.
So basically, like you just you run the test on those specific cases, and then figure out like the results of if something had happened, what had happened, and then just kind of being like that sole protective person for that victim.
Okay. And if I were to ask a teammate or coach about you as a player or person, what would you hope they say?
Honestly, that no matter what, I always have a good attitude. That no matter like how bad of a day I have, I leave it off the field, and then bring like good vibes and energy onto the field. But then also outside of it, like talk about like how I am with my faith.
Yeah, that's real. On to the mental side questions now. Do you believe in mental health? Like, do you think it's actually a thing? Because some people I talk to, and, in the world, they don't think mental health is like important or it's actually real. But in my opinion, I believe it's real, which is why I also wanted to start this podcast for myself and, talking to athletes. So do you think mental health is real?
For sure. The way I grew up, it not bashing my parents in any way, but mental health like wasn't really ever like a thing that we talked about, anything that was like of importance or anything like that. But now like the older we've gotten and the more prevalent it is, I've learned more about it and like what certain things like if like I look back in like middle school, back then I would have been like, oh, it's just sad. But then it's like now I can be like, oh, like I was depressed and I just didn't even know it because I was never talked to about it. But I definitely say it's real because I also go to counseling. So
that's good. Also, people out there, if you don't have anybody to talk to, counseling is always good to go. All right, Rylie, do you feel like mental health is important in the sports world?
Yes.
Like as an athlete?
Yes. Sports and even like honestly life in general can be super draining, but especially like even like not even looking at just like collegiate level, but if you go into more like middle school, high school, like sports and academics are just mentally and physically draining.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, I know you probably got. Well, y'all are in off. Y'all not in season right now.
No,
right?
We're not in season.
Okay.
We only had a month of fall season, but we start in January.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I know around that time y'all probably got like 5 a.m. practices. Then you got probably school or something. Y'all be on 5 a.m. practices?
Oh, we don't do 5 a.m. practices.
Oh.
We don't do that.
My lacrosse friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they be having 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Yes. Yeah,
no,
crazy.
We're 3 to 6 p.m.
Like in the evening?
Yeah, we'll have an hour of hitting almost every practice day, and then practice like 3 to 6, and then weights 2 to 3 days a week.
Oh, that ain't that bad then. Yeah, because I know I was talking to one of my friends in class, and he was like, yeah, bro, we had 5 a.m. practice this morning. Then I had lifts, or he got like lifts around like 11 or something. And he got class between that. Then
it's rough.
Yeah, it's crazy. But has there been a moment throughout your sports career where your mental health was affected by your sport? If so, how did it impact you?
Say it again.
Has there been a moment throughout your sports career where your mental health was affected by your sport? If so, how did it impact you?
Oh, Lord. My junior year of high school ball was probably like the worst year playing high school. Like the worst year playing in general. Like I hated every minute of it because it was just like, it was aggravating, especially coming from where I come from. I came from a little 3A high school. So it was like, even if you weren't that good, you still had to start because we didn't really have a whole lot of people. And so it was hard because it was like, the thing that frustrated me the most was when players who didn't try, didn't care, kind of just showed up, were doing and performing better than I was. Even though like I had that and then I had travel ball, and it was super frustrating. So then I started getting more down on myself because then I'm like, why? And it was more like comparison, like, why am I not hitting like them? And then I just started getting like angry. Like I already have a little bit of aggression, but like that, it was like built up, and I was always aggravated about it. I never wanted to go to practice because I was always like, I was either stressed out about it, I was mad about it, or I was just upset because I knew people were doing better than me when I thought that they shouldn't have been.
Dang, that's real. Well, I know that story now. So, if you did, how did you overcome this adversity? Or was there people in your life that helped you? Was it something you've seen, or did you just lock in, or like what was it that helped you overcome
Honestly, just probably my dad, because my dad is very old school, very like strict, and he literally just looked at me one day and he was like, you just have to suck it up. And he was like, stop comparing yourself. He was like, just because you have to work harder to get the same or even better like performance than them doesn't mean that you're any worse than them. That just means you have to work a little bit harder. And he was just like, you just got to stop comparing yourself to people, because in the end it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And do you think your sport has helped you overall grow as a person?
Oh, for sure. My sport has taught me some patience, especially with teammates, coaches, other opponents. You can't, like, when you're mad at somebody, you can't just start yelling at them, because then you can get kicked out of a game or something like that. So it's like, then you can't talk back to a coach. So definitely patience. And then it also, now I've been seeing it more, like, once I got into college, but I'm more grateful for my sport now, because there's not a lot of people that are able to go and play a sport in college.
Yeah.
So then it's also taught me, like, gratefulness and thankfulness.
Guilty. Yeah.
But it's made me more grateful, more patient. And honestly, it's probably helped a lot, like, in my academics, just for the fact that it's like, I'm used to being, like, having little time. I'm used to being able to prioritize things, time management. So
yeah.
Helps in that way too.
I could say for sure, being an athlete in high school, like, it helped me with a better transition to college. Even though I'm not playing a sport, even though I want to, like, the sport I'll probably be playing is basketball, because that's what I'm good at. Like, time management for sure. I thought that was going to be, like, a huge issue, because, like, but I have so much time on my hands now. So, I feel like, as an athlete in high school, that it definitely helped me with my turnover to college. I got some burner questions for you, though. Little quick questions.
Okay.
Did you have any other offers from Piedmont? I mean, did you have any other offers from any schools coming out of high school outside of Piedmont?
Yes.
Who were they?
My first offer was Bryan in Tennessee, and then I got Piedmont, and then I stopped trying. I picked Piedmont, and then I was done.
What made you? Was Bryan that bad?
Bryan? No, it's just I'm all for just because how I was raised, like, with strict, like, being dressed more modest and stuff. But, like, they couldn't wear tank tops to class. Like, you have to, like, watch out with your short length and stuff like that, and I feel like that's kind of pushing it a little bit. Yeah. Like, I get being modest, but, like, tank tops just around campus is kind of, it's just a different environment than I wanted.
That's real. Like, you want to be able to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what Piedmont's about.
Yeah.
No, you ain't lying about that. I'm not going to lie. Because I was about to go to, before I decided to come to Piedmont, I was going to go to Shorter. It's in Rome, Georgia. You know Shorter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to go to Shorter, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't like it here. And then they showed me the room I was going to be in, and they got communal showers. I was like, nah, can't do that, bro. Yeah.
Just imagine if you lived in GB my freshman year.
You live in GB?
I did.
Yo, I always hear about how bad it is.
The first month of college, I lived in GB, and there was one hallway that had a door that was all guys, and they had a communal bathroom.
Absolutely not.
It's no more, but
I've only been to GB one time, and that was to get a new card for
Campo.
I went to Campo.
Yeah.
say you're coming back from like a long road trip with your team, and your coach said y'all got sprints when y'all get back, but don't give you any reason as of why. What or who do you think the reason may be for having to run sprints when y'all get back?
Like what person?
What person or what you might think might be the reason?
So if you've ever been around our coach, he's very strict on our meals and like how much we spend. So I could see it as if somebody bought an appetizer or if they spent way too much money than they were supposed to. And I could see him making us come back and run sprints.
For that?
We got a budget. You got to stay in that budget, and you can split. So like, let's just say like we get appetizer. Me and you could split it if it's within our budget. But let's just say someone went out and spent $30 extra than what they were supposed to. Yeah. Yikes! Yikes! Or someone did or said something on the bus. Wouldn't doubt it.
Who's the most wild or funny person on the team?
Okay, funny.
And do you have a story?
Oh God, a story too. Okay, so the funniest person is probably Tron, Hannah Citron.
Yeah.
She's definitely the funniest person I know. It's just everything about her. Like, she'll be making the most funniest out-of-pocket comments. She's always laughing, always cracking up. She's just a great person to be around. She's just something else.
Do you have a favorite music artist? I'm not gonna lie. Before I even ask you this, because I be seeing you be surprising me by some of the artists you be playing. I remember you snapped me one day and it was I think, was it Lil Uzi Vert?
Lil Uzi?
Yeah, I didn't think you listened to that. I thought you were just like an all country type person.
No. It depends on the type of music, like the genre. If it's rap, Lil Uzi, hands down.
That's real.
I love Lil Uzi. I have a playlist dedicated to that man.
Just straight?
Just straight Lil Uzi.
Oh, okay.
And then 21's good. But then country, I'm more like Sam Barber, like that kind of vibe.
Sam Barber?
Yeah.
I never heard of him. I'm more of a Riley Green, Bailey Zimmerman.
Okay, yeah, those are good too though. Like that, I like that newer kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Or if you do like early 2000s, like Kenny Chesney or something.
Everybody, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been able to get into Luke Combs. Like everybody loves Luke Combs. Like my friends, they be loving Luke Combs. But I can't.
Yeah.
I get into Morgan Wallen, but
I liked earlier Luke Combs, but see, speaking of, this made me think of it. Post Malone. I used to love Post Malone until he started getting into country music, and I hate it.
Do you got a favorite Post Malone song?
White Iverson, probably, or whatever it is.
White Iverson?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yes.
Yo, I remember it used to be days where like I used to have practice, and then my mom or dad used to drive me home, and then it would come on the radio, and I would just like look out the window and just be picturing me like playing basketball or practicing or something.
Or the song Congratulations.
Yeah, bro. Every time
I used to vibe to that.
Every time, like for like it was like a year straight. Like every time somebody won like a championship or a big game, they would play that song.
Yes, they would play that song.
And I'd be like, that's tough. Like I want to like win something and they play
it for you.
Afterwards. Yes, bro.
After the podcast, I'll play it.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where are you traveling to?
Ooh.
Anywhere in the world, not just the United States, like the whole world.
Probably Norway or something.
Norway?
Yeah.
Oh, because of Norway Star.
Because the what?
The Norway Star?
Northern Star? Wait,
Oh.
Northern Lights? No.
Am I tripping?
Am I tripping?
I don't
Wait,
know.
Northern Lights? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what a Northern Star is.
I thought I heard like a Norway Star or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
I be on TikTok too much.
You do be on TikTok.
I do be on TikTok too much.
No. I have no idea what that is.
Why you want to travel to Norway?
That's where my family's from. That's where my great-grandma came from.
Oh, okay.
So just kind of back to my roots, you know.
That's valid. I mean, if I had somewhere to travel to, I'll probably have to say, because I've already traveled to Paris. And
that's crazy.
It's crazy. So I traveled to Africa like 2 months. I mean, not 2 months, 2 years ago, for the summer, and we had stopped at Paris on the way, and I went to Morocco too. Morocco's very, very fun. The food out there is good, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I need to go somewhere tropical.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think it's called Belize, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Belize, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might want to go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. If you're going to a gas station for snacks, what are you walking out with?
Oh, God. Okay. If it's a racetrack, I'm thinking of racetrack specifically.
Yeah, because there's a racetrack down the street.
An extra, extra large Dr. Pepper. I'm going to be... I love Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I'm coming out with some kind of energy drink, whether it's a NOS or a Reign.
That sound like you.
And then I'm going to get me some Nerd Clusters.
Yeah, that's valid.
And low-key, if it's a racetrack, they got them good apple slices.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just going there for the apple slices. They're good.
I usually go there for like a slushie and some
Oh, see, I
Starburst.
don't even... I just think of Dr. Pepper. Any gas station, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been to a 7-Eleven? They're more out west though.
No.
7-Eleven.
No.
Yeah, 7-Eleven is basically like a quick trip or a racetrack, but it's like out west, like California type.
Oh,
Vegas.
Quick Trip got them the milkshakes.
Oh,
so good.
absolutely not.
Oh, you don't like
Oh,
those?
it'd be killing my stomach. My stomach be
lactose
yeah, my stomach is
intolerant?
be. I'm not lactose intolerant, but
I am.
you ought to think I am. Like after like I can't even. My stomach after like 20 minutes, it could barely hold a Chick-fil-A milkshake.
Oh,
I'd be having to go.
you definitely lactose intolerant.
I'd be having to go, girl. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah. So, if you're stranded on an island, what 3 things you making sure you got with you?
A knife. Like, I want a fat
Oh
knife.
wow! Hold on. Do you want me to ask the question one more time? A knife?
Yeah, like, what 3 things am I going to bring with me? A knife. Like, a fat, sharp, like, knife.
Oh, you're a survivor.
Because if I have a knife, you can cut down, I mean, you probably take a while, but you can cut down something off a tree limbs.
Mm-hmm.
If there's an animal, you can kill it with a knife. A knife?
Oh, my bad.
Would you not bring it? You could stab like a fish?
I mean, look.
Wait a minute.
I'm not a survivor.
Okay, so I'm thinking survivor mode.
Yeah.
I'm bringing... Then... Oh, God. I don't know. I was doing really good with a knife, and then I don't know.
I did not expect that. I thought you were going to say, like, I'm going to bring my phone, maybe
You ain't
some
got
water.
service. Oh, that's smart. I'm going to bring a huge gallon of water. That's smart. I didn't think of that.
You didn't think of water?
Oh, no.
But you thought of a knife?
And then I'll bring a pot. Okay, let me think.
Hold on.
Okay, let's say this through. Not
Okay.
like a pot, like Tupperware, like that kind of pot.
Right.
Because if you got the knife, you cut the tree limbs and you can start a fire. And then if you run out of water, just get salt water and then boil it. Then you got more water.
Yeah, you're a survivor for sure, bro. I did not think of none of that.
And then if you got fish, you can boil the fish.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't eat seafood.
Okay, well, you would die on an island.
I probably would. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, only thing I'd probably be eating is like tree nuts or something.
What would you bring?
I would definitely bring water for sure. I would bring food.
A phone. No service?
Shoot. I don't know what the
Didn't
third
think
one
about
is.
that.
I'll probably bring another person with me. That'd be the third one.
To bring another person? I feel like that's a terrible idea. They're gonna drink the water. They're gonna eat all of the nuts off the trees.
What if they like
Then-
fish?
Then you're gonna
See?
Oh.
Exactly.
What if they don't?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm a rare breed of people who don't like seafood at all. Cause every time I talk to somebody, they always like, "Oh my god, like, you're weird.
Crazy.
You're crazy. How do you not eat
Weird.
seafood?" I'm like,
I love oysters.
absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
No, yo, my mom brought home some oysters one day, and like I literally could not sit by her.
Oh, I love oysters.
Cause like I'm from Louisiana. My family's from Louisiana, so like that's another reason why people think I might be a
and
little.
you don't like I don't like sweet tea, and I'm from here.
Oh,
so.
absolutely not. No, that might be worse to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. How do you not like sweet tea?
Ew, it's just gross.
You're Southern. You don't like sweet tea.
It's gross. I don't drink tea.
You don't drink tea at all. So when you're sick, you don't drink tea.
The only tea I drink is like green tea.
Oh no. Oh my
That's
god.
about it. I don't
Right.
drink sweet tea's gross.
You probably just never had no good sweet tea before.
That's how people get fat. All
Yeah.
the sugar in it.
You had Tipton before, haven't you? That Tipton stuff, Tipton tea,
Lipton?
Lipton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. That's exactly why. But it's my last question of the day for you. You like 20 now?
20.
21.
Yeah. 21 in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
Make smarter decisions. Oh, God. Make smarter decisions.
That's understandable.
I don't know. Yeah. Probably just, I don't know. Or just, yeah. Or, like, from, like, a younger age, I wish I would have realized this. Because now, like, once I turned, like, 17, 18, I got more of them in the mindset of I don't regret things of my past because they make me who I am. Mm-hmm. So maybe, like, figuring that out younger. So then that way I'm not so, like, type A and, like, feel like I can't make mistakes when I was younger. Because I definitely struggled with that. Because I am type A.
That's real. And for everybody that knows, I listened to the podcast last week. You know, I always end the podcast out on let's be great today. I kind of started that at sale. You never.
Let's be great today.
Yeah, but let's be great today. That's something. So, if we can get let's be great today from you before we end, that would be great.
Let's be great. Just like, let's be great.
Well, everybody, that was the Rylie Erickson episode. I want to say thank you for coming on. And again, let's be great today.
Let's go.